Howdy, folks. Welcome to Adventures in Alberon. This is our 5th edition D&D campaign. I am Joe, your Dungeon Master for this evening and most, and joining me are my friends Matt, Dan, Hannah, Alana, and Tina. A couple of announcements before we get into actually playing this game. We played Mosaic Team 5, Session 22 last night, which was very different than anticipated. Dan's character got abducted by the Mafia at the end, spoiler alert. So that was not what I anticipated.
I did not expect that either.
Yeah, so that was really great. You can see that if you didn't on YouTube, as it re-airs at noon on Sunday. This will be re-aired at 4 p.m. on Sunday, immediately following that. That is on our YouTube channel, which is Alberon RPG. We also have a website, alberonrpg.com, which has information about both campaigns, as well as links to all of the old sessions so that you can catch up. It has lore relating to the world of Alberon, as well as the world of Mosaic Team 5. So that is alberonrpg.com. And then finally, for music and sound effects, things of that nature, this little jungle beat in the background.
It was such a bop.
Yeah, I know, right? You can use Sirenscape to inject this kind of music and other things. You want some nice night insects? You can have some loud night insects. That's fine. Whatever it is that you want, Sirenscape digital tool set, so check that out. And with that...
Had your birthday party.
Had your birthday party. Funerals. Oh man, I have to fix my will now. I have great ideas. You can use Sirenscape's premium sound creation tool to make your own dynamic soundscape. So if you want your funeral to be just the right sort of bayou lullaby, you can absolutely do that. Just putting that out there. We're gonna have like a Little Mermaid sort of thing going on. It's gonna be great. All right. And with that, let me get into our recap. Fate Changers, last that we played. That was a lot of talking. You destroyed this mind-controlled gnome and the Duergar that garrisoned the entrance to the Abattoir of Salt. A very gritty battle, especially as many of you have already spent many of your resources in terms of spell slots and other abilities. Shay, you drop kicked somebody 100 feet off the stairs.
Oh, God,
that was still one of the, that was great. Anyhow, after eventually returning, you had to track down Oakfeld, who you found wandering through the city. He had actually found and been found by one of these steeders, or steeder-like cave spiders, driven by one of the Duergar. However, Oakfeld had convinced the steeder to eat its former occupant. You led Oakfeld up the steps where you all met at the doorway, where 3 crystals of different kinds of salt sort of surrounded and bracketed this place. Using a variety of means, you managed to unlock this lock. Spells, material components, things of that nature. And a little bit of bat poop.
Oh, no.
I had also forgotten about that. Thank you.
But with your powers combined, you opened the doors and made your way into the steamy entrance of the Abattoir of Salt. Brenna, you had been here before as a child, or at least very long ago, and you had remembered it in better condition. In the course of whatever events have unfolded here, the constantly moving water and the lack of maintenance had led to elements of it beginning to fall into disrepair. But you made your way up. And as all of you climbed into the study, you found a number of different tables sort of laden with, in some, crystals of magic salt composed of different elements, along with documentation to accompany them. This was definitely a study of some kind. Also, on the floor, was a riddle of kinds to allow you to unlock the various doors within the room. You made some sense of the riddle, deciding, rather than unlock just the 3 ones that you required, to unlock all of them. This led to some level of success. However, it also led to several gnomish statues revealing themselves from the wall, blasting necrotic energy into the room. All of you managed to dodge this, however. And you made your way up and into the 3rd level of the Abattoir of Salt.
Neutral.
As you made your way up there, you found 4 rooms unlocked. 3 of them had crystals of salt, much larger than the ones that you had seen, but replicating the same kind of material as the ones on the outside. One by one, you manage to affect these, with one of you, Eleanor, recognizing at this time as you waited for your magic-wielding companions to deal with this, that there was a large puddle of water, strangely clinging to the ceiling. You made note of this, but nobody seemed to pay much mind. And as you unlocked and the door slid aside, this water detached. And this saltwater elemental splashes and pours down almost directly into your space, and perhaps directly into your space. But we will find out, as that is where we begin this evening. And I need everybody to roll for initiative.
So upsetting.
So we're just going to begin right there. And
I
this is
did
our
look at it, and
battlefield
then I was like,
right
oh, okay.
I think all
We've
of
seen
them.
stranger stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
Like, is that supposed to
I just assumed it was part of the puzzle. I don't know.
be fair?
here. What, the water?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, definitely part of the puzzle. This is the water temple. You guys haven't been doing that?
I'm not smart.
This is like a cross between the water and the shadow temple.
Where is Bongo Bongo?
We have to beat the mini boss first, and then we're gonna go up. Worst of them all. Yeah, people talk about the water temple. It wasn't the water temple. It was the shadow temple. Fuck Bongo Bongo.
Yeah.
The water
Shadow
temple
Temple's
is not that bad. It's just you have to keep taking the boots off and on again. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
eating.
No, Bongo Bongo is a pain in the ass until you realize that ice arrows work beautifully. And there's a speedrunning strat where you just bomb them and kill them.
Yeah, the bomb arrow. Yeah.
Yeah, which is just hilarious to watch every time.
Alrighty, so anybody natural 20? Okay. 25 to 20.
23.
23 for Akka. Okay, love it. So Akka, you are starting us off then, the saltwater elemental. 20 to 15.
19.
19.
Also 19.
15.
Okay, so it's going to be Shay. And then Brenna. Brenna. And then Eleanor with 15.
Yep.
Okay.
There can just keep throwing
Oakfeld with 13.
firebolt, but that's not very effective.
Okay.
Let you use your Pokemon skills.
Be your only damage cantrip.
Oh, okay. There's
So-
one thing I've learned from a previous campaign is that we do not light salt and fire.
You absolutely can. It's good to mix it with some water too. So the way that this shakes out, Akka, you are going to be leading us off, followed by the saltwater elemental, and worth noting, it is currently falling. So at the moment,
Have I
kind of
noticed
suspended
it
in the
where
air.
I am?
We're gonna find out. So give me a second. After you is this saltwater elemental, and following that will be Shay, then Brenna, then Eleanor, and then at the very end, not really paying attention, Oakfeld. So at this moment,
Got this
Akka.
the steeder-like spiders, like just off this map here. Or
I would say if any, the only, so first of all, I was looking
range
at this. At the moment, I believe the only ones that you still have are Ethel, Frank, and I believe that's it.
Yeah, I lost this.
Conrad or Shay's is still alive, but was left behind because Shay is faster. And then Brenna's, you do not know what is happening with Brenna's at the moment.
And Espero was sadly
Was absolutely wrecked. So,
destroyed.
Akka, as you are sort of regarding this, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Is it using my eyes to look or to just hear?
It is not. You're not using your eyes to do anything. Hear or look.
This is
Disappointing.
17.
17. Okay. With the 17, as you are looking in this room, sort of regarding the crystal, and you're beginning to turn around, you hear this loud. And as you hear like the splash, you turn and you can see the beginnings of this elemental detaching itself. So certainly, you see it.
So, all right, turn. This is wall, right? So
No,
go
not
this
wall.
way?
So that is maybe like a 20-foot drop, and then just kind of rough hewn rock,
okay.
roughly finished into like a rectangular. Man, I thought we got them all. Rectangular, sort of almost like a basement level area, but there is no obvious way up. Part of the construction, not really meant to be utilized, but yeah. So what are you doing?
I guess fly up here.
Okay.
And I see it falling, right?
Yeah, so you see just right now, it's almost like something broke and water is coming down, but there's a definite shape to it. And you can see almost like this four-fingered hand is reaching towards Eleanor.
Be like, look out!
Free action.
And then, God, I guess I'm gonna use my bonus action to put my echo form here,
Okay.
and I'm gonna hit it a bunch from my echo form's position and stay out of range of getting destroyed.
No problem. So you yell, look out, and as you reach forward, it's almost like you take a step in the air. Your shadow appears right in front of it. Go ahead and roll your attacks.
All right. Oh, I should have put it on the other side. No. Okay, first one's a 23 to hit.
Okay. That hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
All right.
And this is with your arm, correct?
It's with my echo forms. Yeah. Arms, shadow, echo. Yeah.
Good job. Arm shadow echo.
All right. Ooh, nice. That's 14 for damage.
14 points of damage. All right.
And then second attack is gonna be 27.
27 hits.
All right. That's gonna be 7 points of damage.
All right.
And final attack? No, I only get the one because I'm using it from.
Gotcha. So then that's just 14.
Attack and the extra attack, yeah.
All right. What you have as you step forward, this shadow appears right in front of the water. It slashes out, and as this water elemental angrily wheels around, your shadow reappears in the back and hits it again. But that is where it ends. Your shadow is still right in front, though, right?
Yeah.
Move back. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. No problem. Anything else, Aka?
That's my action, my bonus action. I think that's it for me.
Fantastic. So, it is this creature's turn. It drops down, and Eleanor, your worst nightmare is realized. You see for a moment the face in the ripples of water as it reaches down. You hear this loud, as Aka's shadow bursts through it, but seems to have almost no effect. And I need you to go ahead and make a. Give me 1 second. Sorry. I need to make an attack roll first.
Ooh.
That's good.
That's a natural 20. So
Good start.
make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh, Constitution. I'm so good at Constitution.
That's good.
In our hearts, though.
Oh God, I think that's an 8. That's an 8.
Okay, you are taking, 13 points. That's 13 double to 26 plus 5. So that's going to be 31 points of bludgeoning damage.
No.
And this creature comes around you, and all of a sudden, you can hear the echoes of Aka yelling, "Look out, out, out!" And then all of a sudden, out, just blubbery, and you have to hold your breath. What little you have left, you feel as if you're about to begin to suffocate. In this moment, you are considered grappled. I'll give you that right now.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
I love being held by monsters.
It is a common theme for you. This is the second monster you've been inside of in the past, day.
Right?
So that is going to be its turn. That's all that it's going to do. That brings us to Shay. Brenda, you're on deck. Shay, you see suddenly this water splash down, and as you turn, it's just Eleanor, still kind of looking up shocked, but now just in this water.
Bonus action for haste.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna attempt to pull her out.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. So to pull her out, go ahead and make a strength check. You put that on Shay.
Athletics or just straight strength?
This is just straight strength.
19.
19. With a 19, you just succeed. You have to like reach in, you pull out in the water. You can see this creature turns all of a sudden, like kind of trying to deal with Akka's shadow. But as you reach in, it immediately, the face like disappears and reappears right in front of you. The arms splash, falling apart, and just re-emerge in the whole other side of its body, and it reaches, but no problem for you. You manage to dip down underneath, and you just yank Eleanor out the other side.
Shove Eleanor behind me a little bit.
Yeah.
And then hit it twice.
Sure. Eleanor, suddenly you like can't breathe, and then you are yanked out and thrown onto the stone ground, just wet on the ground, but you can breathe. 22 hits.
For 11.
11 damage.
And 24
24 hits as well.
for 11 damage.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna back up and get out of its range.
No problem. So you yank Eleanor out, throwing her down onto the ground. You take that momentum, planting your hands onto the ground as well, and you swing forward with this kick that should just splash straight through the water, but you can see the whole amount of water shift as if blown, and it staggers slightly, but still up. That is your turn? Mm-hmm. Okay, you leap back, safe. That brings us to Brenna. Eleanor, you're on deck. Brenna, what would you like to do?
I'm raging.
Okay, you're raging. You're always raging. Imagine if I got that on
Things going out of state.
All right, I am surrounded by multicolored protective lights. I get a +1 bonus to AC, and anybody within 10 feet of me gains the same bonus.
Sure. So here and there you can see there are little bits of like salt and rock that fall from the ceiling. This echoes kind of chaotic in a normally calm space. But as these lights separate out, those of you looking, it's almost like those globes that you can touch and the electricity comes to your hands. As the salt and stone falls, these lights kind of knock it away. All right, you have salt and you have rage. Or sorry, lights and rage.
Lights and rage. All right, so I'm gonna fly over to, let's see, can I get to him? 2, 3, 4. Yeah. This is a, what's this? Is it a... Can I stand?
That's what you came up through. That's the hole that goes down to the.
So I'm flying. So I'm gonna be in this.
Yeah,
space.
no problem.
Yeah. I'm gonna hit him.
All right.
That's gonna be 26 to hit.
26 hits.
And damage, 13 damage.
13 points of damage. Nice.
And then I'm gonna use my extra attack, 16 to hit.
16 misses, unfortunately. Right. So as you swing the first time, you cleave into it, and the water separates. It was staggered before. You see the face on the other side. This time, furious. It's like the water drops down at the bottom, but it becomes this roaring mouth. Just perfect timing. And as it roars over you, this time as you swing, you could hear, "Brenna, I can't breathe!" And it just pulls you out of the way. As the axe does not like being submerged in water. You miss.
And I say to it telepathically, "You can breathe?"
That is your turn.
It's my turn.
There you go. You fly in place. That is going to bring us to you, Eleanor. So, at the moment, you are grappled, which means you are still able to do a number of things. Oh, you pulled her out. Right.
Yeah,
So,
where did she?
I'm like prone on the ground.
yeah, on the moment you like pull yourself up to your elbows, you are on the ground. This creature swirls around you. There is almost like a furious ocean breeze, the salt and the brine kind of striking you. But what do you want to do?
All right, I'm gonna use half my movement to stand up,
Okay.
and then I'm going to take one of the daggers. I'm gonna stab him,
Okay.
and we'll go from there.
There you go. Make an attack roll.
So that is a 25.
A 25 hits. Go ahead and roll damage on that. I don't think you have sneak attack. This is like one of the very few instances where you don't.
What's that? Minimum damage. Wing.
Oh, because no flanking, but
7.
people near.
7.
Yeah,
within
people are
5
too
feet.
close.
Close, but
no
not
one's
in the
flanking.
right close.
Too close and not far enough,
Yeah.
and not close.
I'll go around him my next turn at least. Yeah.
You reach forwards with this little dagger, and your hand just sticks right in. It's cold. Your hand kind of like lifts a little bit with the salt, kind of allowing it to rise, but it does a little damage.
Okay. And then I'm going to take the rest of my movement to back away towards Oakveld.
Okay.
So that's like 15 feet, so 3. Nice. And then I'm going to use the rapier to send that forward. And attack my bonus action.
There you go.
Didn't we have a rapier mini?
Not the rapier yet, but I do have this.
But we had a
Big
rapier.
honkin' flame sword.
It's the same thing.
Enough. Alright, so 25 again.
25 hits.
And then 4 damage. Ooh, much better. 12 damage.
12 damage. Nice. Okay, so you reach forwards with the dagger, kind of sticking it in and letting it just submerge because it will snap right back. As you do so, it swirls towards you and takes a swipe. Using your fancy footwork, you're able to kind of dodge and maneuver out of the way, sliding in some of the water created by this creature out into its other side, and you launch this rapier at it, which just goes straight through, letting even more water pour out into the ground. You're beginning to see elements of it are just left as it is hit, and the water splashes out. The parts that are kind of cut away remain on the ground. So you are certainly doing damage to it.
Alright.
That is your turn, Eleanor? Yes. Alrighty, Oakfeld.
All right, I'm going to throw some like big old sharp spears at it.
Okay,
Here's my first attack. That is a 2.
okay. A 2 is gonna miss.
Yeah.
Oakfeld, you like reach back and your arm turns into wood and this elongated spear, and you sling it forwards, and it just goes straight through the water, not even doing any damage.
I'm going to reach back this time and really focus my spears. That's a 17 plus 10, so 27.
That hits, yeah.
And I'm going to, where's my D6? I got a D6. That's a D10. That's a 9 plus. So that's 15 plus 4, so 19.
19, nice.
And I'm going to bonus action turn into a tree.
Awesome. Your tree form is right over there. So as Eleanor takes a couple steps back past you, you take a step forward, and your foot, even though you're in this small Oakfeld form, kind of stomps down, and this little step
That's extra large.
projects your foot straight down into the ground as a stump. The next step, another stump, and you just grow and rise up larger than this saltwater elemental. No problem. Anything else, Oakfeld?
That's it.
Alrighty. Akka, top of the round.
Claustrophobic in that.
As all of this kind of happens and swirls around you, Akka, flying up as you are, you can see directly in front of you, maybe like 30 feet, the open doorway to the chamber above. But this saltwater elemental,
This way?
yeah, just directly above where the other door was. So you could, if you knew what you were doing in theory, you could just fly straight up and open all the locks without ever stopping on the way to the 4th floor. If you really knew what you were doing. However, you currently see the saltwater elemental kind of squaring off with this massive tree that is Oakfeld. What do you want to do?
Oh my god. Jeez. Everyone's looking okay right now. Have we been like, I poked at it. Is that magical poke damage? Regular, like, did it seem to just, eat that because it's water? Or like,
No, seems to do the normal amount of damage.
okay. So it's,
It's a different, it's in 1D&D.
they've consolidated a bunch of them into
Just poke, ouch, and bump. Anyhow.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna poke him a bunch again.
Yeah, go for it.
Alright, that's a 29.
29 hits.
I'll roll that's believe it is 12 damage for the first hit.
12 damage, all right.
Second one's 19 plus 11, so 30.
Yes, 30 hits.
14 points of damage.
All right. Your shadow form slashes into it again and again and again. You have one more attack, right?
Yes, because I'm going to use my bonus action this
There
time,
you go. Go for it.
now that it is already manifest. That one's not going to hit, I think. That is yeah, that's just a 10.
Yeah, 10's not going to make it. However, you can see the shadow form just burst through the water. Elements of the water ripped with each burst, and the shadow reemerges on the other side. Straight through, straight through. It's doing a lot of damage. And the water elemental, you see the salt water just beginning to just splash across and drip over the edges. It's looking pretty hurt.
Okay, then I'm going to make my echo form move over to here
Okay.
via,
For the flank.
yeah.
Not to
Staying
worry.
within range of the thing, but sort of, thematically just swooping over here, but, going within range to not provoke an attack of opportunity, but also to get to the other side of it.
Not to worry. Okay, that brings us to its turn. Looking around, you're going to watch as all of a sudden it just falls into the ground, a puddle. And Shay, Oakfeld, the two of you feel past your roots and your feet the water flow like a wave underneath.
Could be good.
Eleanor, go ahead and make an athletic saving throw. Make a dexterity saving throw. Something that you're actually you're pretty good at.
It's just not fair.
You've been on the shore when a big
I am
wave comes
proficient
in.
the saving throw.
Because you're flying and I'm too tall.
Don't get caught in the undertow.
So that counts for the minimum 10, right? I know I ask this every time, but it's because it adds their proficiency.
Yes, anything that you're proficient in.
Thank God, because I rolled a 2. So it's instead of a 12, it's a 20.
It's a 20, okay. So this creature just pours itself suddenly towards you. You see it splash, and you're like, oh my god, that was enough damage. And then all of a sudden, it rushes towards you. You manage to use the same fancy footwork, kind of crossing your feet over and over to spin and move out of the way. And the water splashes like a wave over. You can see yourself almost being thrown over, and then pulls itself back. You can move yourself to the other side of Oakfeld. It is now very technically taking your space, and you imagine if you had failed that, it would have thrown you and sort of suffocated you in one move. You would have fallen suffocating. That would have been great. However, it stays there. Oakfeld, as you are now the only person really in range that it can hit, and you are right there, it's going to take 2 attacks against you.
Okay.
3 attacks against you, sorry.
All right.
So, first one. It pounds you with this fist of water. That is going to be a 17 to hit.
That misses.
The next fist slams down, but that is going to be a 21.
That hits.
Alrighty. And what size creature are you technically?
I'm just so large. I don't know where I have the big Oakfeld, but
Because it just looks cool.
that's the huge Oakfeld.
There's no medium.
Yeah.
There's only
The Vente.
regular.
Oakfeld.
Venti Oakfeld, I love that. Oakfeld, you are going to take 15 points of bludgeoning damage as it slams you with one of these. And then the final attack is going to be it's going to hit 25.
Okay.
And Venti Oakfeld, you are going to be taking 16 points of bludgeoning damage as it hits you again. And these fists almost splash across you, and it reforms sort of whole. That is going to be all of its attacks, and that brings us to Shay. Brenna, you are on deck.
Quick question.
Yes.
Was that like a thing that the water did against?
It doesn't provoke attacks of opportunity.
Okay.
As part of what it does, yeah.
Okay. That's not sure then.
Okay. That brings us to Shay.
Gonna sidestep around Oakfield and I'm gonna hit it a bunch.
Alrighty.
Yeah, 29.
29 hits.
I imagine using
13.
Oakfeld to like swing
Natural 20.
over,
Natural 20.
do cool like
Or 15.
jumping through the trees
15.
shit.
Hang on one sec. Tell us how it happens, Shay.
Nice.
Punch the water.
Just kind of falls apart, I guess.
So between Aka's shadow and Shay, it is these two blurs that splash through the water, just blasting parts of it over the edge, and slowly this thing is just destroyed, bit by bit, until all that's left is this tiny little puddle that kind of bubbles and oozes, and then Shay, in your hasted form, almost unseen by any of you, this foot just splashes it. There's a fine mist, and you are out of initiative.
Nice. That was relatively not terrible.
Don't jinx it.
Roll for initiative again.
Cool,
Okay.
let's keep moving.
So there's like a door now up there, right? You know, up
Are
there.
you still raging?
Sorry. I'm gonna drop my rage.
Okay. So you drop your rage. For some of you, hasted. That haste presumably kind of ends after a moment.
I was not hasted at that point.
Okay. Gotcha. Nice, look at that. So for you, Brenna, sort of the only person where the blood pounding in your ears, there is just a door open, for sure. You do see sort of a strange, ominous red glow pulsating now around the edges. And Shay, with your passive perception, certainly you hear a howling wind.
Christ. We need to go.
Yep. I say to the group, I'm like, yes, we need to go. Listen, because Brenna's coming off of this experience of like being controlled and knowing that the axe is still kicking around in her brain. And she just says, guys, if anyone sees me do anything that it seems like I'm being controlled by anyone, just do what you have to do, please. And then she goes up and is like, we ready? On the door.
Already walking.
Okay.
I just need a lift.
It is just like an open kind of 5x5 hole that is used.
Oh, it's a hole. I thought it was a trap door.
No, so most of these mages are able to levitate. They can cast levitate, and so they just go up and down.
I grab Eleanor and Oakfell and just start to go up.
Wait, we should take a second. Don't just go rushing in, okay?
Ugh, fine.
I'll go up first, and I'll leave this guy
just
here
Okay.
so I can scoop like, oh, okay.
Akka, that's the, she's, yeah,
All right, I'm just gonna,
yeah.
You leap
can
up.
float.
And I'll follow him up with Oakfeld and Eleanor.
Okay, so it's Shay, Akka, Brenna, and company. Shay, as you leap up first and kind of land, immediately in front of you, there is maybe 20 feet away in this big room, and you can see much of it natural stone, but due to things falling in, there is masonry kind of laid around it to make it look nicer at one point, but much of that crumbles away. In the middle of a vein of cracked salt crystals, which you would imagine the vein of cracked crystals that has been spoken about, all of these towering, glimmering crystals, there are jutting elements of purple, spiky crystals that you have seen previously. The last time had been in the Feywild. And Akka, you jump up, you see all this as well. The two of you see immediately, kind of in the midst of all of this, on this stone platform, there is a portal ripped open, and through it you can see the red, dusty world of Calypsos beyond. You do not see the forge key anywhere around. However, you do see, and now you bringing your companions up, do see in front of this many maggots kind of crawling on the ground, just mounds of them oozing on the floor here. And standing in front of both of those, you do see two dwarven forms. You see forms very familiar to you. Brenna.
Yep. One of them have a red braid, Joe.
One of them, hard to tell. as elements of both of these dwarves. Certainly, this is Elris and Dalmor, but not as you remember them. Both of them stand there, and you remember a certain joviality to them, but for them, the shoulders hunched forwards, and you can see dripping off of them this strange, almost like crumbling fungus, purple and black, oozing out. And you can see actually for each of them a sort of darkened element to the white of their eyes. Neither of them hold weapons that you're familiar with. Both of them, these inky black sort of darkness weapons. A void that seems to swallow the light around them. Past all of that, you can see, for you, I believe you have 120 feet of dark vision. On the very corner of this long room, you see and hear this weird worm-like creature with these large kind of spreading mouth, seeming to tend to elements of these almost mushrooms growing in the back. Brenna, you see the crystals that you were encased in, sort of woven, almost polluting these cracked crystals that provide power to this group of mages that run your town. You would imagine whatever, and you have seen elements of the purple crack away after you kill them. This seems to be what is corrupting them and controlling them. Let me get you some visual perspective.
There it is.
There it is.
You want to slide this to the sides?
Yeah, because we're no longer here. So here.
Oh no.
Timber.
That's for you.
Oh no!
I'll keep that. Oh dear.
I failed not by an axe this time. But by that.
Felled by a mat.
Oh, here he comes.
Whoa.
Let's grab that.
Holy guacamole.
I think
So,
the mic is in the way.
close up right there.
Alright.
Yeah, is this the thing that fell over?
No, this fell over.
Where are
too.
we, please?
So you are all coming up. You can see there's one corner that's relatively open.
This one?
Nope. Other one. Towards down. Yeah. You can't really see the corner map. But yeah, that's all relatively open. Oakfeld, to get through, for what it's worth, you would have to drop form to the small.
Oh yeah, no, I already did. Yeah, because she carried me flying.
Yeah. So hang on one sec. Let me set some stuff up for you here.
So, small form.
He is now tall, Oakfeld.
Tallfeld. Right. That look about right. Shay came up first, and then I'll go.
That looks about right.
Nice and relaxing.
Through this area here.
So you're coming up through the floor, but I did put a door in the wall that's kind of adjacent to where that hole would be.
So, like, this back
Yeah,
wall.
right there. That's where you're coming up through. So you all kind of like drift out through there. You can see the salt crystals are these silver-looking ones, and then some are black that I'm not going to finish painting. There are the purple crystals, which you had seen kind of Brenna encased in previously. And in these, you do see elements of gnomish remains kind of encased in some of them. There are others that are broken, and they look as if creatures have emerged. You can see this sort of ritualistic circle that this portal is open in front of. You don't see any sign of the soul jar. You don't see any sign of this forge key. You don't see any steeders, and you don't see any more Duergar, any gnomes. You just see these two dwarves.
Can we see past them into Calypso?
Make a perception check.
27?
Nice.
As you look past, first of all, these dwarves begin to speak, but in this kind of moment, no, it's not. And that makes this all the more impressive. You look at, and Calypsos is this world of swirling red sand. It is a Martian landscape of flat rock and mesas and strange shapes that have been carved with this howling wind. There's crackling arcane lightning that you can see through that, and maybe through that you can see these sort of mountains kind of backlit in the back, although for you not so much mountains. These are small. You do see some figures that seem to be approaching from Calypsos in the dark, a number of them.
Okay.
One of them is very familiar to you.
Oh, jeez.
You can see intense braid, and even in this distance, with your eyesight, through the sand, almost a reddish cast to the skin. That is what you see.
Immediate haste, heading toward the doors.
Okay.
The intent of starting this.
Oh, okay. No
shit.
conversation.
None.
Go ahead and roll for initiative.
Up to
We're
here.
getting right into combat.
Is it?
Love
That's okay.
that.
The fewer
what?
feelings, the
You know what?
better.
Actually, wait. Don't roll for initiative yet.
Not for many words.
Since we're going right into a second combat, even though we are only 45 minutes into the session, I think we should take a quick break to get drinks to kind of get strapped in, because this is going to be a combat. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen.
No.
This is going to be the most intense combat of this campaign so far.
Oh my gosh, this is gonna be a fucking.
Why don't we take a moment? We'll kill this fly. We will get set up, and then we will come back. Thank you for joining us so far. This is going to be a rough time for you. So we'll be back. It is 7:45. We'll be back at 7:55, and we will kick this combat off. We'll see you then. welcome back to this calm, relaxing session of Adventures in Alberon. Just kidding, we're in this combat. All right, so. Oh man, earliest break that we've ever taken. Okay. Everybody. So, in this moment, as all of you kind of fly up, and Brenna, you lock eyes with these two people you have not seen in a long time, in years, as it turns out. Suddenly, there's a wind, and Shay begins to rush by you. And in the midst of this dark, underdark chamber, filled with the smell of rot and the sound of cracking crystals, everybody go ahead and roll for initiative. We are going to begin one heck of a fight.
All in too many initiatives already. All right.
Wow, same thing as I got last time. 13.
Oh wow.
Okay, so gotta roll a bunch of numbers here.
These are good, but probably
So first, oh, not bad.
Okay, hold on, I gotta look at
No, Brenna, your companions are pretty dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's your companion?
These two were like friends of Brenna's
yes, yeah.
before
These guys,
you guys came along.
I thought it was other people.
They were the first version of you guys.
They really were, though.
Yeah. So, that is them. Then we have the worm.
Worm. Like, I'm really upsetting. I'm upset that there's a worm in this room.
But I know you said things that I know about the worm when I saw it, but I don't remember what you said. So if you wouldn't mind refreshing my memory when you're
will.
ready.
Give me just
yeah.
one
No,
moment.
that's this over here.
Yeah. Right now.
There's just so much that's happening. Okay, so anybody natural 20?
Yes.
Nice. Wow, never a better time.
Incredible.
Never a better time.
That's great.
Okay, man. Fantastic. So, anybody 25 to 20? Ooh. 20 to 15.
18.
18? 19. So, for Shay, then Akka, then Eleanor. Anybody 15 to 10?
13 again.
13
Also
again.
13.
Alrighty. What are your dexes?
+3.
+3.
Oh, fight.
Oh,
I think
16?
16.
Brenna goes first.
Yeah, you're
Hell yeah.
alphabetically.
For roleplay purposes.
All right. So, and that was, sorry, what was that number after we talked about it?
13.
13? Oh, you guys are way last. Okay.
Oh boy.
Hooray.
That's awesome. Oh, no, technically not. Okay, so the way that this shakes
Like,
out, and this is a long list, so please bear with me. So first Shay, followed by Akka, followed by Eleanor, followed by these two really creepy looking dwarves, followed by whatever entities are walking towards that portal, followed by Brenna, followed by Oakfeld, followed by other. So, Shay. Activating haste. Go ahead and put that ring on Shay. What are you doing?
Closest one, getting it.
There you go. So you rush forwards.
Calypsos now.
No, in the dwarves.
Oh,
Yeah.
these.
Because
Okay.
they're standing in front of the portal.
Gotcha.
Right.
Okay.
Yes, they are.
I thought you were just blowing past them, going into the portal.
So you close distance with the female dwarf that's closest to the portal. You rush in. That hits, yeah.
Or 10.
10. Okay. In that moment, as you strike them, you can see this almost red braid of lotus fused with this dark energy that seems to emanate out. And for a moment, as you strike them that first time, you've hit somebody like this once before. Heinrich. Almost exactly the same sort of powers. You look at the blade in slow motion, it seems to swallow your eyesight. And at that moment, the eyes blaze to life. Go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw.
Because I'm not good at those. How's a 27 strike you?
It sounds like you're taking 8 points of fire damage halved to 4. Which then I believe you can completely avoid if you wish. Yes. Alrighty. But go ahead and make your other attacks.
29 again.
29 hits.
For 11.
Right.
22.
22 hits.
For 12.
12. Nice.
25.
25 hits.
12. And 23.
23 hits as well.
It's just
You okay over there?
I actually
dropped a
flung a
die.
pencil at
Oh, a pencil. And they can make a Constitution saving throw if they're still up.
Alrighty, they are certainly
hands don't
still
work
up.
too good.
And this is a Constitution saving throw.
Correct.
Not great. That is going to be a 13.
Stunned until the end of my next turn.
Yes. So, can you put this on Eldris? Thank you.
I'm going to back up to the group
Okay.
and basically relay that there's a group approaching and we need to take care of this before they get here.
Shay darts back and speaks so quickly you almost can't hear. But no problem. That is your turn. All right.
Shay's haste is actually just mega caffeination.
Yeah, exactly. Tea is really just caffeine. Short. Akka, that brings up you, and then Eleanor, you are on deck. Akka, you see Shay just rush forward, strike this dwarf who seems to lock up, and then run back. What are you doing?
What? Flying up.
Okay.
How tall up is there?
There's a 15-foot ceiling here.
Okay, yeah, I guess I'll go
Up is there.
Okay. You have 5 feet above you, and you can see these like dripping
well, I
wet
mean, I'm
stones.
gonna get like up to the top,
Okay,
but
sure.
so that my feet are at 10 feet. I
Gotcha.
guess, you
No
know?
worries, no worries. So you crouch a little.
Not up, pressed up against the ceiling, you know. And then echo form.
Wherever he is. Did you throw him on the ground?
He might be.
As he's trapped.
I think he's.
Is he I like scooped everybody off, but yeah.
Here's a different echo form for now.
Can I get that one instead?
Whatever you want. I don't care. No. You cannot get the giant water elemental, as much as I'm sure that would be lovely. Go ahead and put your echo form down.
Put it over here.
Okay.
Kind of like, you know, that height, but
Okay.
here.
Yeah, sure. So just kind of floating a little bit up.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem.
And from there, I'm gonna smack this thing with my echo form attacks.
Go for it. So you fly up, and as you do, the echo just stays behind, darts forwards, and make your attack rolls.
All right. That's cocked. Would have been good though. Still okay. 29.
29 hits.
If you're attacking the one I stunned, it's at advantage.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
true,
okay.
True.
So the first one is still 29.
Okay.
Second is also 29,
Okay. That hits the both. They both hit.
and then bonus attack with my echo. 13.
13? 13 misses. The echo hits, and this final blow hits perfectly in the chest, but almost too much so. It hits the armor and just kind of breaks across.
All right, that's plus 24.
24 hits
Damage
for the 13.
for the total damage. all of it at once.
Gotcha.
And then it's action, bonus action. That's it.
Alrighty. So the shadow strikes again and again, and this creature, unable to react, just takes this damage, takes blow after blow, and you can see elements of the rotting sort of lichen that clings to the skin and the armor strikes the ground, and as this crumbles and bursts, it just explodes into a rain of maggots that just kind of pelt across the floor. That is your turn.
Yeah.
Eleanor, what would you like to do?
Trying to like absorb everything that's happening. She's gonna look towards the other dwarf who is currently not stunned,
Sure.
and say, basically, he's like, "What cowardice brings people like you to do things like this and try to use panache?"
Okay.
Do I hear that?
Yeah.
I'm just yelling it.
Have to.
You have special ears after all.
Yeah. Specialized, special ears.
Go for it.
Big cones stick in my ears. It's an artificing trick.
Old-timey hearing aids.
Yeah, it's just 2 hearing cones with like little
Right, the
band.
headphones.
34.
You see this dwarf not even looking up, but from the head, suddenly you see like these maggots begin to fall out from the sort of mat of dirty hair. And he says, "The thing about being controlled." And he looks up at you, and you can see one just completely dark eye, and he begins to bring the blade up. "No one else can do it." He's immune to being charmed.
They still get disadvantage if you attack someone else.
There you go. Let's throw that on him for now.
Oh, sorry, just like slapped you.
It's my revenge for being stunned. Anything else, Eleanor?
Yes. So that is my bonus action.
Okay.
No, it's my action. Action. Bonus action. It's gonna be rapier against the dude, the other lady, I guess.
Okay, sure.
She is currently stunned. That means it's automatic.
So you say this to him.
one,
He
and
looks at you and he's like, "No," and you're like, "Ugh," and you fire the rapier at the other person. No problem. Go for it. Make your attack roll. It is at advantage. This is an automatic critical because this is a sneak attack.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because stun.
Okay, so that is a total of plus 5. I'm trying to use D&D Beyond instead of my paper, and it's different. And it's 29 to hit.
29 hits. Absolutely. Unable to move, unable to react in any way, not even facing you. They can't really see you. And so, yeah, absolutely, you can hit them.
All these guys to keep all my numbers clean. Okay, cool. 36.
36 points of damage. Dang. Brenna, you watch as Eleanor kind of steps forward, says something to one of your friends. They react, speaking in this voice that is just darker and more menacing than you have ever heard it sound. And then she throws a rapier towards your other friend and skewers her. As the rapier withdraws, there is a gout of crimson, and as the blood hits the ground, it almost seems to instantly dry and turn brown and crumble. There's something almost innately wrong with these individuals, although still definitely something left. But anything else, Eleanor?
I'm gonna back up behind everybody. So just move me like behind Brenna and Ofeld.
Now, you didn't make an attack against him, right?
No.
So fancy footwork doesn't work. He gets an attack of opportunity.
Well, she was never in range.
She was standing.
Oh,
like,
sorry.
way
From
back.
where I'm sitting, it looked
It
like
was
you were
like,
standing right there.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
that was like 15 feet
Okay,
between.
cool. No worries. No
first
worries.
I was just trying to give him death
No worries.
disadvantage and then.
No worries. So that is your turn.
Yep, that's my turn.
That brings us to them. You kind of you kind of got her in a bind here.
She can do nothing.
Well, the thing is, that's not necessarily true, but I don't think that she can do the thing that I want her to do. It's almost more annoying.
It's so sad for you.
So I can't. So what she is going to do is she is going to use her action. You can see this individual shuddering with this mold, bleeding profusely at this point. Looks up, and in this moment, as she seems to snap the trance, she's going to use her action to end this effect. And from across this, she locks eyes with you. Your friends taught us some things. She is going to take her movement, which is 35 feet, and she's going to close the distance with you, Shay.
But she's incapacitated. She can't take actions or reactions.
Haha,
She's no
stun.
longer stunned.
But while stunned, she can't take actions or reactions.
Right, you're right. Oh man, that doesn't even help with that. There you go. Rules lawyered. So she is basically just going to hang out right there. That is going to bring us to Dalmore's turn. Okay, fair enough. So seeing that, I think that makes this very easy.
So did she say that thing or not? Like, just...
No, because she's stunned.
No,
so
you just hear. She's like trying to get something out.
Okay.
So
Does matter.
he turns, and what is he right now? He is just disadvantage on attack rolls.
An attack for anyone unless they're attacking me.
Awesome.
Everyone but Eleanor.
Yeah.
Okay, I would say he's seen how fast Shay is. He sees Akka up there. Eleanor, where are you?
Behind.
She's hiding.
I'm hiding. I'm hiding without using the hide action.
He is going to.
Conveniently placed behind the tallest person in the group.
He's going to move 25 feet in the direction of Shay. If he can get into like base contact, that's perfect.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. That's base contact.
He reaches towards Shay.
Do you still have your lights up, Brenna?
Oh, yeah.
No, I dropped the rage.
Excellent.
Sorry.
Akka, go ahead.
I'm still up in the air.
I know.
Okay.
So he reaches up past Shay, at first almost seeming to point at your face, but he seems to think better of it, having already seen how fast you are.
I think I'm still like 15 feet away.
Great.
Okay.
He reaches up, and a 60-foot long tendril of darkness reaches out. Make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Is it magical?
It is, yes. No, this is he has a weird finger.
60
A 60-foot long tendril of darkness. Yes, it's magical.
Fingernail.
We were in the Shadow Temple. There's those hands.
Oh no.
What do
The
you
rest of
got?
his fingers are normal. It's 60
Am I making
foot
dex save?
tentacle.
Dex save.
It's like the grossest coke nail you've ever seen.
All right. Whew. 21.
A 21, that succeeds.
Whew.
So you are
That
still
could have been
taking
real bad.
11 points of necrotic damage. And as this ray seems to almost wrap around you, you feel the nerves in your body begin to almost light on fire and begin to pull. Your body shrivels in like a spider that's been killed. And then at the last minute, your armor seems to kick in. These beautiful calligraphy-like glyphs blaze to life. And the mantle behind you also flares. And suddenly, this spell is burst away from you. That is... Man. They suck. Yeah, your friends suck, brother. That is going to be their turn, unfortunately. That is going to bring us to the folks that are in Calypso. So, give me one moment. So, in Calypso's, through this portal, you can see, backlit by this swirling world of red sand, a number of figures move forward. How fast can they move? Oh, fast. Okay. So they're about maybe like, I would say 30 feet away. And at this point, they're going to be able to close the distance. Let me pull out my minis here.
Unhappy.
Oh, no, I'm putting them down.
Okay.
So 5, 10, 15. If you could put this one in direct base contact with Shay in the front. If you could put this one in direct contact with Shay on the side.
Oh.
If you could put this one in base contact with Oakfeld. If you could put this one behind Oakfeld, towards you behind. No, you can't get all the way. No, I can't get that far. Oakfeld. Yeah, right there. And then if you could place this one directly under you. You could put it under the little shield thing there.
Oh man! I get an attack of opportunity against either one. If that enters my
You
range.
do not.
Oh, I do not.
Because they're
You can thank Tina for everything that's about to happen to you.
all these fucking monks are coming to fuck our day.
Would you call them Ninth Path monks?
Ninth path.
Ninth
fallen
Path?
one.
That makes more sense.
So
I like the concept of knife path.
Knife path.
I mean, it's a subset of.
Their martial art is entirely based around tying like hands together and then they knife fight. Years of training, hundreds of years in some cases.
Oh, amazing.
Boy.
So all of a sudden, though they are far away, Shay, as you activate haste, it's almost like there are mirror images occurring in the desert. These whirlwinds seem to almost come to life as the sand rages into the room in their wake. All around you, members of the Ninth Path, some familiar to you, some not, emerge, all wearing the purple and black of this new sect. But the one that you see who is most prominent and who kind of comes up slow motion directly in front of you, you can see braided, almost like red blonde hair. You see the red hue of a mountain elf along with these markings that are almost indistinguishable between maybe tattoos or scars, and a face that many have described as feral, maybe those who have not known her. For the rest of you who don't know Highland, what you see in front of you is a silver-eyed mountain elf. The hair at one point silver, now almost stained to this blondish color with the time spent in Calypsos. You can see... Give me one moment. This individual looks furious. The rage, almost similar to yours in a way, Brenna. However, as this all happens, slow motion, you can see for a moment there is a look that is kind of hard to discern in this fury. Shay, the one right in front of you, says, "You walk the wrong path, and now you must pay for that." And at the same time, she is going to strike you with... Actually, that's the only one that's going to hit you. Look at that. That's so nice. I dropped one of my d20s.
That's so nice.
All right. That is going to be... Let me pull them up really quick. There's so many things to pull up.
Oh, yeah.
That is going to be a 20 to hit.
Sadness Twizzlers.
Hitting me with.
This is going to be just an unarmed strike. Yeah. The second one, that is just going to be a 13... Sorry, not a 13.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. I expected
A
to come back
17 to
this
hit.
way instead of voicing that to anyone.
Sadness Twizzlers.
18 to hit. And the last one, another 18 to hit.
Misses.
So unloads again and again and again. You're able to dodge left and right as these blows rain in.
Dodges. Not a sponsor.
However,
The movie The Matrix, not a sponsor.
from in front of you as you dodge from the side,
The
Highland
theory
is going to try.
of Matrix-like reality, not a
So,
sponsor.
first one,
Fair.
that is going to be a 32.
That will hit.
Yeah. Second strike is going to be another 32. The third one is going to be only a 25.
That'll hit.
And the final one, oh man, that's terrible. That's going to be a 16.
Miss.
Okay. Nice. So you are taking 3 of those.
What is she hitting me with?
Just unarmed strikes, yeah. That is 11 points of bludgeoning damage, 8 points of bludgeoning damage, and 8 points of bludgeoning damage again. She pulls back. For a moment, you wince, almost waiting for this grievous injury to spread across, but it doesn't come, for what it's worth. The other ones, I believe only one of them is going to get attacks out on Oakfell. And that one is taking 4 unarmed strikes against you, Oakfell. The first one is going to be a 30 to hit.
That hits.
Second one is going to be a 28
Hit.
to hit. And the third one is only going to be a 22 to hit.
Hits.
Fourth one, okay, 15.
Misses.
There you go. 2 15s. All right, so you take 3 of those?
Yep.
Buddy.
Ouch.
You were taking 12 points of bludgeoning damage, followed by 10 points of bludgeoning damage, followed by another 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
All right.
And you can go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Is that a 16 or 1?
What?
How could you not tell the difference between a 16 and a 1?
That's a balance.
It's like stuck in the corner.
Oh, okay, yeah, just re-roll it.
Yeah, just reroll it.
That's a 9 plus 8, 17.
17.
Yeah.
17 is, oh wait, this is for stun. That is a success.
Nice.
So as this person hits you for a moment, you've been hit in a lot of different ways, but in this human form, it is very unusual. Your muscles can just disobey you when you get hit. And for a moment, it's like that happens, but you're able to shake it off.
Nice.
That is, I believe, all of them. That is going to bring us to Brenna. Brenna, you are up. Oakfeld, you are on deck, and then others are going.
Do I recognize these purple robes?
All these purple robes fly out, and for a moment, it is like you are back in the basement of this temple in the Feywild. You remember seeing these individuals, and in fact, the one that has that kind of chain-like weapon, exactly the same one that you saw before.
Okay. All right. Okay. Brenna's like, what did you do? What did you do? And she's gonna go into a rage and just go right at the chain guy.
Okay, go for it.
Hold on. First, we gotta see what the wild magic effect is. Oh, hell yeah. +1. It's the lights, everybody.
Nice.
Okay.
I'll give AC.
If you're within 10 feet of me.
There's a template there if you need to measure it at any point.
She's gonna try. Oh, she's already next to him. Hell yeah. And as she charges at him with her axe, she's like, my family. And hopefully that is not terrible. 31 to hit.
31 hits, absolutely.
God, red.
For 15 damage.
15 points of damage. All right.
And then hit him again. Oh, that's a natural 1,
That
friend.
is unfortunate.
Oh no.
Okay, give me just 1 second here. Whew, this is so much math that's going to be happening in this fight. Oh, okay, so how much was that?
What did I say?
15?
15. Thank
15,
you.
no problem. So you carve with this axe, stepping forwards, and it hits. But as it hits, you can see this lightning fast reaction as the arm is turned. It doesn't bite into the bone. He's able to make it deflect, but it does taste blood. And you can hear in the back of your mind, Brenna, we can eat! And suddenly, for all of you who see these little lights that are kind of like just little dancing lights moving around, they become flames of the same colors that orbit and provide this protection.
This guy I want to eat.
Anything else, Brenna?
No. I'm just so mad.
Oakville,
So mad.
Chompy.
what would you like to do?
I am going to bonus action.
Yeah, we beat them. But,
Alrighty. Your body stretches out and the skin becomes wood, and there you stand. Massive
Use
treatment.
this
No worries, no worries.
Does he just like shove people out of the way?
Yeah, so as he grows, it's really just like the legs like become like trees, and you're like moved as that happens. Yeah.
I think I'm gonna try to. Can these people be grappled? The Ninth Circle monks?
You've never fought them, I don't believe.
You can try.
It doesn't sound good.
Get
Trying
him.
to grapple Shay.
I'm going.
Throw a monk into a monk.
Well, the plan was to throw him into the portal, but I don't know if that would even work. I'm just gonna attack him.
Yeah, go for it. Make your attack rolls.
Monk bowling.
Nice roll.
It's a 6.
Not a nice roll.
Plus 10, 16.
16? That just hits.
Nice.
Okay, that's a reasonable number.
8 plus 4 is 12. 17
17.
for damage.
Okay.
And then my second. That's a 15? No?
15's a miss,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Alright. And that's my turn.
Okay. So as he pounds into you again and again, the final strike, it hits your skin, and it is now wood. You grow up into this huge tree in front of him, and you're able to catch him with this first blow as you catch him off guard. Now you're a tree. However, he catches up pretty quick. He dodges your next blow. That is your turn. That brings us to Okay, so in the very back of this room, there is this grub-like creature.
No longer stunned here, right?
No longer stunned,
End of my
correct.
turn.
Yeah,
Oh.
End of my next turn. Still
stunned. Still stunned.
there you go.
This grub.
So that little grub back there,
Not so little, but okay.
it is going to take 60 feet of movement in the direction of whoever the closest of you is. So all it can really do is mindlessly move.
Right here.
For anybody paying close enough attention around the periphery of this dark battlefield,
Echo form looks bad.
yeah, lit slightly by the red glow of Calypsos, swirling through the debris is this worm-like creature. In its wake, it leaves this trail of rot.
Oh boy.
That is its turn.
You don't want to step in that.
Sec. Okay. Top of the round. This brings us to Shay. Aka, you are on deck. Yeah.
how many of them are in front of me?
Free action, make a perception check. You are hasted.
Tina just can't see from the
Four.
side.
Four,
That's
yeah.
You've got
25.
So there are four in front of you.
three. Well, four in front.
One behind.
One. Yeah.
And as you look from this angle through the portal in Calypsos, you see one more.
Wonderful. Alright, the one directly in front of me, that's not Highland, is it?
The one directly in front of you, that is not Highland. The one that is Highland, it's a Hero Forge mini.
This one.
I just can't see.
Yeah, it's the one right beneath Oakfeld.
Oh, this one over here.
Yes, that is Highland.
Okay. The one directly in front of me is getting hit.
There you go.
25.
25 hits.
It's the one that's got disadvantage.
Yeah, already
It's
they
not
already got
attacking
hit.
You. Oh, that's
No,
good.
it's
That's the dwarf.
They don't have disadvantage, but they already got hit.
8.
Disadvantage on attacks. I mean.
Yes.
8 points of damage.
And they can make a Constitution saving throw.
They will certainly try. That is going to be. Oh, they have advantage, but that's a natural 20. That is going to be 25.
Yes, that'll succeed.
Yeah. So similar to you, as you hit, they are well able to recover and very quickly.
Okay. Again, then. For 19.
19 hits.
For 10.
10. All right.
And why not? Another Constitution saving throw.
All right. Not as good. Oh, wait, advantage though. Right. Oh, love this. Oh, that is going to be a 13.
That is a failure.
All right.
Nice.
So, handing out the stunned rings
one?
over here.
The one directly in front of me.
You strike a couple of times, and back and forth. There are like a couple of times where she is able to like parry a hand, parry another one, and at first you can see smiling, confident. This is the one that spoke to you, and then all of a sudden, she goes to block, and your arm isn't there, and instead it's like right in her throat. You hit her hard. You hear the breath just stop, and she has to kind of drop, almost like clutching at her throat to get that breath to begin. But she is certainly stunned.
Going over her
Okay.
and making my way back to the dwarf from before.
This one.
Okay.
The one that is still stunned.
No, the other one is blue. So yeah. So you,
She's taking the other 3 hits.
there you go. You hit her in the throat, and as she begins to gasp,
An
you grab
advantage
on.
because it's flanked by.
Oh, it's advantage because she's stunned.
Yeah.
Oh, also yeah.
You grab onto the
still till the end of
of
your
the turn. It's dope.
Wow.
You grab onto the collar and haul yourself over top of her, almost knocking her over. You jump to the other side of this
That
dwarf.
was a 27.
27 hits.
Never ceases to
9.
amaze.
9. Okay.
Monks are like
He's
stupid.
looking pretty rough.
High level monks are even worse.
That is a 28.
28 hits.
That is 9. And that's a 27.
27 hits as well.
And that's 8. And I can make a Constitution saving throw. Probably at disadvantage, if that even is a possibility, because she's still stunned.
Wow.
In this campaign,
I
we're all
don't
killing
think
each
you
other's
can
mentors.
re-stun somebody.
Your
I think it still
mentor,
ends at the end
she
of your
kills
turn.
mine.
Although, you know what? I think it would make sense to kind of restart the counter. So what I will say is a disadvantage, they will make a stun. Because it would either be that you can't do it, or they can't
Hitting
make
in
it
the
so.
same spot in the temple.
Basically.
It's like
Okay, that's not bad.
Continuously
It's gonna
stunned.
be a terrible emotional
18.
fallout in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Just
super
makes
awesome.
it. So you hit them so hard that it kind of snaps them out of being stunned,
both their
and you
backs
can
don't
see they kind of shift, the plate armor clanking as they recover. But that is your turn.
I'm going to then kind of squirrel myself, not back in the fray with everybody, but kind of this opposite.
This way?
Yeah,
Okay.
Right?
yeah. Like trying to spread the field a little bit so we're not all jammed up together.
You almost spread your body out, kicking the shield of this person. They stagger back, and you use the momentum to roll back onto your feet, and you are ready for the next round. That is your turn. That brings us to Akka. Eleanor, you are on deck.
Oh, what the fuck's going on? All right, trying to kill this guy. I'm gonna move my echo form this way,
Okay.
and still, yeah. Then I'm gonna smack this dude a couple times, and free action be like, Shay, who are these people? What's going on?
Doesn't matter, kill them.
22.
22 hits.
Oh, actually, it's an advantage, so I'll take that. Still 22. Okay. Second attack is gonna be 21.
21. 21 hits.
All right, and bonus action attack is going to be an 18.
In 18. Misses.
All right.
And so with that, your shadow form kind of disperses across the shield as she finally manages to block one, still stunned.
All right, and I'm going to do some 19 points of damage total.
19 points of damage total. Okay.
And I think that's it for me right now.
All right.
Dude, Shay doesn't respond on this. It's on... Because I was
I
like,
would respond on my turn.
Yeah, her turn. That being said, that is the end of your turn, so that will bring us to Eleanor. Eleanor, from where you are, there's this huge tree in front of you. Brenna is raging. There's a lot going on. Suddenly, monks everywhere. What would you like to do?
So,
the water.
I know.
That's me.
That's it.
That's Oakveld.
You know what?
It's more appropriately sized Oakveld.
Yeah. I know who the Ninth Path
Regular
monks
size
are, both from my time in Norn, talking Gamble.
Yes.
So I have some context. For
Absolutely, yes. So this
these
is
people are.
a schism of the Zinyi,
Yeah.
who left what is called the Eightfold Path, something that is a part of the philosophical teachings of the Zinyi. They created a new path forward, the Ninth Path, less focused on perfection and more focused on progress.
Okay.
Results.
So I'm gonna take the bonus action to disengage
Okay.
and move my ass away from all of these monks. So can I? Bonus action disengage allows me to actually move through people without invoking attacks of
Oh, so you're
opportunity.
going to go this way?
I want to head towards Shay for my full 30 feet of movement.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. And then from over here, I'm gonna see who looks the most injured
Boop, boop, boop.
Out of your allies,
out of the people that just showed up. I'm guessing the dwarf that we've been attacking thus far.
yeah. So if you look at the
here.
female dwarf who's there
where your sword
with the
still is.
braid, I mean, she is bleeding. You can see out of like the inky dark eye, it almost seems to be kind of like bulging from the socket as some kind of a blow has broken elements of the orbital socket. Looking really rough.
Okay.
There is a monk who is also looking like they're starting to show a little wear. That's the one that's stunned.
Okay. I'm gonna target the monk instead because I'm feel a little bit conflicted because the other guy was like being controlled and I'm like, oh, mind control. So monk's gonna get hit with a thrown dagger.
At advantage.
Yeah, at advantage. They're stunned.
Yes. So that is a 24.
24 hits.
Okay. And then they're gonna get whacked really hard because it's sneak attack damage and there are too many dice. I'm trying to roll it without like.
We
Sounds
need to get
nice.
you smaller d6s so that you can
have
hold
small
more of
The
them.
clacky math rocks.
What it really is that I have too many dice in here. I just need to get like the really, really mini ones. Like little tiny. Okay, so that's 20, 30, 6, 8.
8.
38.
38 points of damage. Second. All right.
And my reaction could be like, what the hell is happening?
You throw this dagger. It just sticks. And you can see like the blood begin to soak into the cloth. They're in no way immune to this, but they don't react in a vivid way like you would imagine. They're still up. Definitely looking more hurt than they were.
Okay, and that's it.
Alrighty. That is your turn. That brings us to these two dwarves. So one of them is stunned. The other one, what are they magic affected by? Remind me.
The disadvantage on everybody except.
Right.
Yeah, but have they been struck yet?
No.
So and that is still active.
Okay, great. So they are going to go ahead. They already used their high-level spell.
Yay.
Little lamb dude.
It appears that we are evenly matched.
Oh yeah.
No.
And this is why Akka continues to die.
Fair enough. So looking around, seeing all of that kind of stuff happen, Shay.
Yes.
Go ahead, and if you wouldn't mind, as you see this dwarf dripping with rot, and like as he kind of turns the head really quick, the hair moves to the side, maggots kind of flung to the floor. Make a wisdom saving throw, please.
That was a 29.
That is a success. You watch as they hold their hand out. There is this disgusting, corrupted matter that sneaks its way through the air, and too fast you dodge out of the way before they can cast Hold Person on you. That is going to be their action, unfortunately. The other person is stunned, so that is the two of them. That brings us to the 9th path. Okay, so with everything that has happened.
Oh, I forgot there's one literally under me.
That's the one that I'm going after.
Highland, the one that is, in the purple down there, she's gonna follow Shay. End up right in front of. Yeah, there you go.
Got her fist.
Yes, you absolutely do.
Not for me, but
For
for
Oakville, yes, Oakville gets one with the.
Okay. Yep.
They're stunned.
That is a 20.
Natural 20. Let's go.
Oh yeah.
Get her!
Get her.
There you go.
Kill everyone.
Oh, and do you have Sentinel?
Yes.
Yes.
What an asshole.
So her speed becomes 0.
Yeah. Okay. Damn. All right, roll damage on that. Yeah.
Still good.
That's
Yeah.
So far.
pretty good.
Keeping tally marks.
It's 3 plus
very nice.
4, so 7.
7.
It
Okay.
was like, as soon as I started, it's completely
So
turned around.
as this monk turns, seeing Shay move, they begin to turn. Oakfeld, you reach out and grab them with your wooden hand. Snap. They just snap the wood off, but you still manage to keep them from moving. They turn, and Oakfeld, as you move around, you realize you are surrounded by these 9th Path monks. I believe there are 1, 2, 3. So 3 of them are all going to be taking multi-attacks against you.
Yeah. And it's double because it's 7, 14. It's 20.
What was that math that you just did at me?
7 plus 14 is 20.
Because I rolled a 20. It's a credit.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. We're on a different train now, but okay. So, not to worry. No problem. You can see she turns back, looks up at you, and says, "Fine." She's also going to unload on you next.
Nice.
But first,
Yeah.
She stopped.
Oh yeah, because unable to move.
from the first person, that is going to be a.
Get a lot of hits.
You are 22 to hit, 23 to hit.
Those hit.
Okay. And then a. Oh gosh, math is hard. A 22.
That hits.
Okay, so you are taking 7 points.
Yep.
Oh god, math. 12 points.
Yep.
And 5 points of damage.
Yep.
That's the first one.
Oh, wow.
Second one, that is going to be... This is why Shay gets so many criticals, because it's just a load of attacks. That is a 19 to hit,
That misses.
and a 23 to hit.
That hits.
Great. That is going to be a 25 to hit,
That hits.
and a 21 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, so that's 3 more. You're taking 7 plus 11 plus 8 points of bludgeoning damage. And then the third one, that is going to be 18,
Misses.
29,
Hits.
27,
Hits.
and a natural 20.
Hits. Ooh, I might go down.
So, first one, that is an 8 points of bludgeoning damage, followed by 9 points of bludgeoning damage, and then the critical, followed by 19 points of bludgeoning damage.
I'm at 1.
And this is just that critical hit is just the uppercut, and the wood and bar cracks away from your body. There's blood seeping from the wood of your matter, but you are still hanging on. And then you hear from the base of your feet, "Fine," and you look down, and the strongest of all of them begins to attack. So the first attack is going to be a 31 to hit.
Yeah, okay, so I have 1 HP, so I'm probably going down.
So yeah, at a minimum, that's 6 points of damage. So
Yeah.
for sure. She says, "Fine." She reaches forward, grabs onto your arm, hauls herself up so she leaves the ground almost just with her arms, not legs, climbing the length of your arm, and then just uppercutting you again. Your head snaps back, the wood cracks, and you revert to your puny human form as you fall to the ground, unconscious. That is one attack. She is going to shift backwards towards Shay now.
She still can't move.
Oh, she can't. Yeah, so she's just going to turn where she is. Look at Shay. She begins to move for her next turn, but that is her turn. That is the 9th path. Oh, there's one more underneath you, Akka.
Yes.
They're going to leap and attack you.
Does that provoke an attack of opportunity
From me?
Brenna?
Yeah,
right
I would
next
say
to
so.
him.
Absolutely. Yeah. And you don't have Sentinel, correct?
No, I don't have sentinel.
So make your attack roll.
But you do.
Natural 20.
Yes.
Nice. Okay, not bad.
All right.
Big dragon.
Come
axe.
here,
I wonder if you might be able to
D12.
one-hit somebody. It's possible.
That would be poetic.
Awesome.
Possible.
I would really like if that happened right now.
Yeah, that would be helpful.
Hannah.
Okay, crit math. What is it again? Double
Double the dice,
the
then add the
dice.
modifiers.
And okay, so 11, 17, 34, 43 points of damage.
43 points of damage. So not enough to knock him down, but or them down, but as they leap, I think it's her. As she
Oh wait, sorry, modifiers. Sorry. 43, 52.
Damn.
Damn, wow, that's a lot of damage.
I did the
As
rage
she
damage, but not the
leaps,
modifier.
You hear, and you're not even like looking, you're focused on like the dwarves. And so in this moment, as they leap, you just hear, "Brenna, above you!" And you swing almost instinctively, and you feel it connect hard. You cleave into the thigh of one of these monks who kind of grunts, but they still continue to leap. And Akka, you are taking 4 attacks.
Sorry, bud.
That's a natural 20, along with a non-natural 20.
What's the okay? So the natural 20 obviously hits.
Yes.
The 20 does not.
Okay, excellent. The other 2, that is going to be a 30 and a 25. Yeah.
That hits. So there's 25.
Okay, so
So that's 3 attacks that hit.
one of them is a critical.
One of them is.
So the first 2 that are not criticals, that is going to be 11 points of bludgeoning damage for 1. The other one is going to be 7. And then the critical
Not
is going to be 18 points of bludgeoning damage.
Total?
No, just for the critical. So yeah,
that already
total.
double?
Yeah. Everything added together. So this one that is beneath you is cleaved into, but even with the axe drawing a tremendous amount of blood, they manage to drive into you, and even as you fly, strikes you again and again and again before landing, stumbling on this injured leg. That is the Ninth Path's turn. Brenna, it is now your turn. Oakfeld, you are up, and then we have some other stuff going on.
Is the jumpy boy, like, is he, like, down back next to me now?
Yeah, so that's just like a jump
did a
and
jump.
then around, yeah.
All right. I'm gonna hit him.
Okay, make your attack roll.
Oh, no. 16?
16, that is a miss.
Yeah. All right, extra attack. That's better. 30?
A 30? That's
Does a 30 hit?
yeah, a 30 hits.
All right.
30 hits like Tiamat.
19 damage.
19 damage, nice. So that one leaps up, already badly hurt. All right.
Okay.
I have a question.
So I'm raging, but I'm like doing that thing where you're like, like looking around while you're raging. And I think I noticed that like my two dwarf friends are like getting the shit kicked out of them.
Oh, absolutely.
And I yell out, "Don't kill the dwarves. Don't do it." And then I turn my attention back to the guy.
Okay, no problem. You just hear Brenna roar this, and in this moment, Brenna's voice almost not her own. It's almost as if there's another one speaking under. One much deeper and throatier. However, Brenna, that is your turn. That brings us to Oakfeld. What would you like to do?
Testing.
There you go.
That is a 2.
Ooh, one failure there, buddy. That brings us to the end of the round. Shay, where are you?
Right there.
I can't see. Oh, okay, it's right there. All right, Shay, you are up, followed by Akka, followed by Eleanor.
Answering Akka. If it's wearing purple or has shadows, kill it. Sorry, Brent, I'm going for the dwarf.
I mean, whatever.
We're not playing.
Shay didn't come here to play.
25.
25 hits.
I did say don't kill them.
10?
Was it like
10.
they're
Okay, and this is to the male dwarf?
No, this is the female.
Okay.
I meant they're my friends, don't kill them, but admittedly I was not clear.
30, 20,
Leave them to me.
30, 20,
To hug.
I believe just misses.
My mouth.
Dirty 20 hits, sorry.
Sir, like parents to her, so cool off.
10. Shay, as you step forward, you hear Brenna yell, "Don't kill the dwarves!" And there is this roar underneath. But as you see the Ninth Path whirling into battle around you, this is just one more combatant you can't afford to have. You hit her flush right in the sternum, and you feel the chest cave in. She drops to the ground.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Back to the monk that I stunned.
there you go. You wheel around to these incapacitated individuals. Go ahead and make your attacks at advantage as she is stunned.
25
25 hits.
for 10.
Okay.
Would I have gotten a reaction from the one who hit me falling back to the ground?
Like an attack of opportunity?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay. I won't take it, but
23.
for next
For the future, yeah. 23 hits.
9.
9, okay.
And 28.
28 hits.
And she make a Constitution saving throw with 13 points of damage.
Or she can't. Because as she has been stunned this entire battle, all that you have done is just rain blow after blow into them. They've taken hits from almost everybody.
This one?
The one in the blue ring. Yeah.
There are two.
Yeah, both of them actually. They're both down. So
wow.
the first one, the dwarf that you just crushed their sternum. The second one, this Ninth Path monk, already just so badly hurt. You hit them with this open palm strike right in the neck in such a way that you disrupt the blood flow, and you can see already the discoloration stops or starts as they begin seizing and dying on the ground.
Perfect. I'm going to back up kind of in the direction of Eleanor, but maybe like 10 feet this way.
Okay.
Toward me.
No problem.
Like here.
Yeah.
All right.
Just so we're not bunched up.
That's your turn.
That is my turn.
That brings us to you, Akka.
Okay. I'm gonna bring my echo over to me.
Okay.
Get in this, the one that just tried to hit me's range.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna smack the one that just tried to hit me.
There you go. It's hurt. You can see she's like kind of staggered on the ground because Brenna's axe carved into the leg so deeply.
And I'm gonna actually move because the body's down
Yeah,
here.
perfect.
Get the advantage.
No problem.
Oh, that's not a D20. It's a D12.
I mean, you can roll that if you want.
28 for the first hit.
28
actually, yeah, 28.
28 hits.
And then 22 for the second one.
22 hits as well.
All right. I'll roll the damage first and then bonus action. 24 total.
24 total damage.
Yep.
All right.
And then bonus action, one more hit.
All right.
24 to hit.
24 hits.
And that's 12 points of damage.
12 points of damage. Already injured, your shadow just appears and slashes again and again. Already off balance. She's able to parry once or twice, but this form overwhelms her. And one after another, these attacks cut away the last remaining elements of her life force. She's down.
And then I'm going to use the rest of my Echo Form's movement to go over to this guy and get in range of hitting him.
There you go.
Nobody listening to me.
Well, you know, gotta
Well, Akka hasn't hit him yet.
just getting in the way with my Echo.
That is your turn. That brings us to you, Eleanor. So, from where you stand, kind of out of combat and sort of safely off in the corner, protected by Shay, you see the whole battlefield unfurling in front of you. What do you want to do?
Alright, so I hear Brenna's plea to not kill the dwarves, and I see the dwarf immediately go down.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I also see Oakfeld is down, so I'm like, okay. I'm going to try. So to stabilize someone in game is a medicine check.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
Don't get a critical failure.
Please.
Right.
That's how
so
heads get ripped off.
Eleanor does not have faith in her own personal ability to revive someone. She can't quite punch people back to life like Shay can. So instead, she's going to try to draw the attention away
Okay.
from Oakfeld. So I'm going to look at the monk standing over him that's not
Highland?
Highland.
Okay.
Highland?
Highland.
Highland, okay.
The one roundhouse kicking him.
It's Highland, right?
Okay. And it'd be like, look at them and yell, your path to perfection seems to be failing you, and try to panache them.
Okay. Sure. What is that contested by? Insight?
Insight.
Okay.
So we use a number that is very high.
25.
Okay. It's gonna be close, because I think it's a plus 15. So 32.
32. Nice. In this moment, you can see like the eyes. There's like this brief moment of calculation, and they turn. You definitely got their attention. Absolutely.
Okay. And then after saying that, I can use a rapier and just stab them.
Does that break the? Isn't that the next attack?
Oh yeah, it would be. Never mind. I'll stab their buddy instead.
Okay.
Does this guy still have the effect?
If he hasn't been attacked yet, then yes.
Hasn't been.
Okay.
It's the dwarf and the monk though.
So Highland hasn't been
No.
hit
Yeah.
and isn't under your effect.
Okay. I think I can.
The one over here.
So the one in the way back, how far away is that? Is that more than 60 feet?
More than 60? No.
No.
Okay. And they're getting stabbed.
There you go. Make your attack roll.
So they're not being threatened by anyone, so it's just a regular roll.
You call the attention of one of these monks over to you.
Not amazing. 2, Let's double check this we have because it's different for the rapier. 18.
18? That is going to be a miss. As a reaction, they're going to attempt to grab this rapier and wing it right back at you.
Nice.
I have to remember how to do this.
Deflect missile.
Yes, it is.
I love monks.
Redirect missile.
love
at this
weapons.
level.
Redirect missile.
If you manage to reduce the damage entirely, you can fling it back.
Redirect missile.
You do not get hit by missile. Okay, so I can reduce the damage by 1d10, so it's not a reflex save. So, d10.
D10 plus dex plus the monk level.
Oh, plus the monk level. Okay.
Oh no.
Yes.
Plus
My
dex.
sword's gonna get wailed back at me.
What was, what was your hit?
to hit?
Sorry, what was the damage? Sorry.
I didn't roll damage. but-
Roll damage then, yeah.
Okay. And it's just regular damage. Ooh, max damage. So that's a total of 13.
This rapier soars through the battle. There are people who have to like dodge out of the way, and as it gets really close, the monk
Pretty sure
catches
it
it.
has to hit in order to
It does
be
have to hit, yeah, because it has to reduce by a certain amount of damage.
You missed.
I
right?
missed.
You missed. Oh, I thought you'd roll damage because you hit. Sorry.
No, I
Roll
missed.
damage.
I
I think
am
you guys
so
rolled
confused.
damage.
There you go.
So I was just confused.
Sorry, there's a lot going on.
Yeah, I understand.
You missed.
I don't know, it's
And
monk
that works
shit.
so well for you. No problem. Okay, anything else on that?
I have movement still, so it's. I'm going to back up behind the stalactites if I can.
Here.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can.
yeah. Just try to draw attention away.
Sure, and you can see definitely still like turn towards you as that other monk.
Yep.
That is your turn. That brings us to these dwarves. Ha, dwarf.
Dwarf singular.
So,
I'm gonna put this on it.
For what it's worth, Brenna will leave the other one alone.
This is the other national.
they're going to turn sort of following Eleanor, actually, as Eleanor has them sort of, has their attention. They're going to take this weapon of pure darkness, and as they point it towards you, they are going to cast Eldritch Blast. So that is 2 beams only. That is going to be not good. That is, oh god, that's really bad. Come on, guys.
Yeah. Still in there.
That is a 13 and a 10.
Miss.
So, all this chaos, unable to hit. That is, unfortunately, his turn. He's gonna tuck in 5 feet closer to Brenna. That is going to bring us to Highland and the 9th Path. So, what do we have left over here?
Has the slug been taking turns? I mean, I don't want
it's
to fuck
not
us or
anywhere.
anything. Okay, but it's like.
It's waiting for the scraps.
You're close to accurate. One is stunned, one is not, and then Highland is there. So there's really only 2 left that are active at the moment. All right, so that first one that is not Highland,
That is not stunned or
Correct.
panached.
correct. They are going. That's the sword. Kind of. No, they are panached. The one that is panached. Sorry.
Yeah, this one's panached.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the bald guy. Move him towards Eleanor. They got their attention. Is Eleanor within 55 feet?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 times 5 is, yeah, that's within 55 feet.
Okay. So in that case, as you call this out, you sort of dart back to safety. You blink, and he is there. A monk is pretty quick, and you are going to be taking 4 attacks. Okay, that is going to be a 31.
Yeah.
Okay. And a natural 20.
Oh, good.
Wow, they are really, really
These are the dice that you got me for Starfinder. I forgot to switch.
Fuck! I
19
need those.
19 hits.
and a 16.
Does not hit.
Okay, so 3 hits, 1 critical. The first that are the regular ones are going to be 6 points of bludgeoning damage, 12 points of bludgeoning damage, and then the critical is going to be just another 12 points of bludgeoning damage.
I'll take it.
Highland is going to dart forwards to Brenna.
So this way?
Yes, just
Over-
turning basically. Just
over
not just wheeling.
the body?
We're just wheeling. There's a body between them.
That's
Oakfeld.
Oh, yeah,
Oakfeld's
jump
down.
over Oakfeld's body, just kind of hurdling it, and landing behind Brenna. Brenna, suddenly this entity just appears behind you, this mountain elf. They grab onto your shoulder, but it's not painful, at least not at first. And you can just hear her go, "You're fucking this up." She's going to hit you really hard, and we're going to see how many times. That is going to be a 26 to hit.
Yes, that hits.
Go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw, please.
I'm gonna see what it does.
13.
Okay, so you are going to be taking 12 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are stunned.
Oh, that's what it does.
Just handing out these little stuns. Put that on there.
So just a stunning strike.
And so this single fist just reaches in and just socks you in the gut. And suddenly, you've been hit in the stomach before. You've been winded before. This is something entirely else. You see yourself being hit from outside your body. This is like that scene from Doctor Strange where he just gets punched out.
Yeah.
You are like out seeing things. This is a whole new kind of experience. And though she does have more attacks, she is going to... How much movement does she have left, Matt?
Pretty much all of it. It was like 10 feet through
Oh, no
Oakfeld.
problem. She is
Jumping,
going to...
it would have been like 15.
No problem.
To get to the
Then
other
she's
side.
going to crouch and leap up into the air after you, Akka. Same thing. She's going to grab onto your shoulder, and she is going to try to punch you right in the kidney from behind.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Hit me.
That's probably cocked. So I'm going to roll that. That is going to be a 30 to hit.
No.
Okay. You're taking 11 points of bludgeoning damage. Go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
Is it magical?
This is not.
This is interrupting your kidney function.
Technically, the damage is magical, but this is not a magical effect.
Natural one.
Natural one.
Oh no.
For a total of
Your whole
10.
body bends, and you just lock up in place and begin to fall. That hurts. You are stunned until the
Do I
end of
fall
her
to the
next
ground?
turn. She lands back.
Do I fall to the ground?
Where else
How
would
high
you
up are
fall
you?
to?
Only 10 feet.
Yeah, you fall to the ground.
Oh.
And you kind of hit the ground hard. She lands almost like straddling over top. You look, and it looks like she's about to hit you again. But that is the end of her turn.
right.
That brings us to Brenna, followed by Oakfeld's death saving throws. Brenna.
Can I talk? I forget.
You
While I'm stunned.
a very little bit, yes.
Okay. Sorry, I cut you off though.
No worries, go for it.
All right. Can you remind me, what do I know about the slug? You told me that I know something, but I can't remember what
You
it is.
saw these creatures tending to the crystals that
Right.
you were kind of kept, and they seemed almost. Matt had said as a joke that it was like waiting for the scraps.
Yeah.
Probably what it's doing.
Okay. All right. So since I can't do anything, I'm gonna just study the face of Dalmor in front of me, searching for any sign that he's in there.
Okay. Go ahead, make a perception check.
25.
It's hard. You turn your head just barely, using all of your movement to crane your neck. And as you do, you look, you see this dwarf standing there. This is unlike the Duragar, who you saw this blank look. In the one eye, you see determination. With the 25, you see in this very well-known face maybe just a hint of regret, but he's still in there.
Okay.
And in a way that almost makes it worse.
So I'm gonna say, you said I can just talk like a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, fight it,
Okay.
and then that's my turn.
Okay. There you go. That is Brenna's turn. That brings us to Oakfeld. Make a death saving throw, please.
11.
That's one success. That brings us to the top of the round. At this moment, Oakfeld, you are the only member that is down, correct? Okay. I would say Brenna in your locked state, Akka from your stun state, and then I would say probably Eleanor and Shay, you all see this as well, turning the portal that leads to Calypso. So you see a final silhouette for a moment. Bursting through, you see, for the first time in a long time, silver eyes, silver hair kept in a section ponytail, no longer kept in these neat sections with the braids woven in, now a little bit more ragged. The thing that really sets Era off in your mind is the staff that she is never far from, although this one damaged, a little bit battered. She's a paler skin tone than her father did, darker than the average high elf, but you can see these pale patterns on her cheeks that are almost like hard to tell, tattoos or maybe some kind of natural scarring. This is Era, who you have not seen in many months. As she bursts forth from Calypso, she is going to land right next to Oakfeld, clearing the entire battle.
You got a mini?
Oh, I didn't get to paint her, but yes. And this is not like a permanent area. It's so hard to find elf monks. They don't exist. There's 3. So she's going to land right next to Oakfeld's body.
Okay.
As a free action, she is going to say generally out into the room now. And she is going to
I don't like that.
hit Oakfeld once.
Oh no.
And she is going to hit Dalmor once. Yeah, that's what we'll do for now.
Yeah, dwarfy boy.
So, Oakfeld. Or actually, no, we'll start a little bit more dramatic if we do it this way.
Very poor balance.
Yeah.
We're going to start with this dwarf. This dwarf is going to take 19 is going to actually be, oh, well, this would be at advantage, right? Because it's not against, they're attacking not against, no, it's if they attack against somebody else, it's advantage. Okay, no worries. So just flat. The first one is actually, I know, first is actually a miss. The second one will hit. That is going to be 9 points of damage to Dalmor. And they are going to take a hit against you, Oakfeld. Suddenly, in this darkness, for a moment you feel this sinking sensation, like the ground is swallowing you up. And as scary as it is, this unknown beyond, there is a comfort to the earth that for you, much more intense than most, and for a moment there is almost this peace. And then suddenly you feel this driving force straight into your heart. For all of you, you see Era strike the fallen Oakfeld on the ground, and she is going to use Healing Hand, which she can do as one of her multi-attacks. And she is going to channel, you look pretty hurt, she's going to channel 50 points of health back into you.
Christ.
And you watch as this monk, one of the Zinni, and actually probably one of the most prolific healers that has ever walked across Dominion, finally back on the same plane. That is going to be her turn. She is coming in at initiative 21. And Shay, that brings us right back to you.
Dawn of the 5th day.
This and ignoring that.
She rolled a d4 to which turn? She could have come on the first turn.
Going straight
Was
for
it or
Highland.
X exactly?
How many monks are left? Just Highland and one, or is there a couple others?
So right now, there is one that is stunned. There is one that is kind of like chasing Eleanor, and then there's Highland.
Okay, sorry, Eleanor. Going after Highland.
That's fine. I mean, I pulled the one away to try to allow focus.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Did she do anything to the dwarf?
Punched it.
Yep.
Once.
Damn it.
One punch.
17, and she can make a Constitution saving throw.
17. All right.
So you
Brings her to
zoop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop.
5.
Shoop-a-doop.
Constitution saving
Over
throw,
here.
and she has advantage on that. Not that it helped her that much, but that is going to be an 18.
That just makes them.
Okay. You kind of strike her. She's able to pull in just enough so that the strike is a grazing one.
Cool, we're doing this for every hit. So. It's a 27.
27 hits.
9.
9. Okay, that is going to be a natural 20, so she saves on that.
Did you get it? Oh, yes.
That's right there.
No. You didn't get it. It's fine.
23.
23 hits.
For 13, and she can make Constitution saving throw.
That is going to be like almost a 30, yeah. You made this happen.
2 more. I know, this is my fault. 24.
24 hits.
For 11. She can make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
I will burn every point.
No, that's not going to make it. That's going to be a 27.
Udamas, 25.
25 hits.
Oh, so close.
For 11. And 1 more Constitution saving throw.
Alrighty.
So far away, though.
Yeah, so 23.
Maybe channel.
So, although if they didn't have saving throws advantage on all these, you would have had it for sure. All right, no problem. So one after another, you rain blow after blow into Highland. They're able to sort of counter and sort of turn them aside, but you are still doing damage, unable to stun her.
And I'm not moving away.
Okay, you stand toe to toe with this mountain elf. That is your turn. That brings us to Akka. Eleanor, you're on deck. Akka, you are stunned. So for the moment, you just stay there.
So, can my echo form still move? Because it doesn't need anything from me to move.
So I don't believe so, because you are technically also incapacitated. You can't take actions or reactions.
If it's a bonus action, though, can it?
It's not. It's literally. It just can move on its own.
But when it moves, as part of the move, does it then take an attack action?
No, it doesn't have to.
Okay, so you just want to move
can
it?
just move
Yeah, you can move it.
All right, I'm just gonna move
As a
it
bonus action, no worries.
as a nothing action.
Your eyes kind of
It's-
flick to the side, pulling
move
the shadow over. No problem. So that is your turn. That brings us to Eleanor. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna stab the monk in front of me.
There you go. Make an attack
And we're
roll.
on a one-on-one, so it's a sneak attack.
There you go. Yeah.
Yes. So this is gonna be with the dagger.
Okay.
So that is a 27.
27 hits.
I'm going to stab them with the dagger. And then I'm going to roll all of these dice. That's... Okay,
So many dice.
I know, it was 8 and then... okay, so that is... 31.
31. Not bad. So he chases you down, begins to hit you again and again and again. And in this kind of brief moment, as you sort of begin to fall away from this, you pull out the dagger and just stick him once. This one blow does more damage than all of his put together. You hit him perfectly, just kind of nicking an artery right across the leg, the femoral artery, and he has to pull back for a moment, hurt. Anything else?
Yes, so I'm now going to move away from him towards the portal.
Okay.
And then,
This way.
yes. And I can see Oakfeld up now.
Yes, so you see Oakfeld, the eyes open, and after getting punched in the chest, Oakfeld seems to be sitting up, yeah.
Okay, so,
Sword's over here now too.
yeah, yeah. Okay, so I don't know what's going on with that monk, but I do know that the monk in front of me is still stabby, so I'm just stab him with the sword.
There you go.
Because I've learned nothing. Is a 20 to hit?
20 hits.
Nice.
This is just a regular hit, so that is plus 6, I believe. Right? Yes. Okay, that's 13.
13. And this is not a ranged attack, correct?
No, that one is the range attack.
Gotcha.
So he can, if he
Gonna
wants
try
to,
it.
because it didn't happen last time, so it can happen this time.
We'll find out. Plus monk level or half of monk level?
I wrote plus monk level,
Oh,
so
man. Okay.
I'm guessing this is going straight back at me.
Yeah, so that's like a 20. So you see as you fire the sword, actually catches it this time, kind of like lets go, tossing it up in the air, grabs it, and is just going to hurl it back at you.
Valid.
That's certainly going to hit. I think that's a 29.
Yeah.
So that is a rapier, which I believe is a d6.
It's a D8. D8. Yeah.
You are going to take that is 12 points of piercing or slashing damage. I can't remember which.
Okay, I'm going to use my reaction to have that because I can see the attack coming, maybe?
Okay. Yeah, you can see the attack
Right?
coming.
Yes.
So you fire the sword, they catch it, wing it around, throw it back at you. You manage to mostly dodge. You're able to kind of command it to stop right as it just kind of nicks you in the shoulder. But anything else, Eleanor?
I nearly got ow! That's it!
Okay. That brings us to let's see here. Dalmor is stunned now. So
This is
No,
panashed.
it's panashed.
Panashed.
No,
no, Dalmor's the dwarf. Yeah,
Oh,
stunned.
more stunned.
Oh, because got
Highlands stunned him, yeah. So that is what they're going to do. Elris is not doing very much of anything anymore. That brings us to the Ninth Path and Highlands. So there is one Ninth Path member that is stunned. There is one.
panashed. Nothing. Highland.
Yeah, so the one that is nothing is going to cross over to Eleanor, as you are right
That
there.
Provoke an opportunity attack from your sword.
No, my sword doesn't.
Sword doesn't really exist, just for fun.
Yeah.
All right,
Two
you are
key
taking
track
4
words.
attacks. Eleanor,
Yeah,
that is
yeah,
going
yep,
to
yep,
be a
Ready.
30 to hit. 29, sorry, a 30 to hit, a 27 to hit,
Yep.
So
a
just like never end.
27 to
And
hit,
it's on
Yep.
her next turn.
Her next turn. Okay, okay.
and a 19 to hit.
Got it.
Yep.
So
All
effective
four?
being
Next.
unlocked.
All
I'm
right.
ready to go down.
That is going to be 9 points of bludgeoning damage,
Okay.
6 points of bludgeoning damage. You're getting so lucky. 5 points of bludgeoning damage,
Nice.
and 12 points of bludgeoning.
And I'm down.
There you go.
Jinxed it. Oh no.
So you take one after the other, and at this last moment, you're being pushed back by all of his strikes. This is like Ip Man style. You've seen Shay do a very similar thing. And as you're forced down, basically kneeling to this kneeling position, they pull back a shot, and you go up to block it. You open your eyes, they stop, and then they just punch you with the other hand, and you are out. That is going to be that monk. That brings us to Highland.
I'm right in your face.
You are.
And my echo form's behind. And I'm stunned, but on the ground next to it.
Okay. Highland is going to. Highland is going to move out of your range, Shay.
Taking a hit.
There you go. And she's going to try to slide over past you and is moving sort of in the direction of Eleanor.
That is a 24.
24 hits.
Because of flanking.
Is it at advantage?
No.
Well, because it was flanking, right?
It's attack off.
There are certain creatures,
it's
there's also certain creatures that are unflankable.
That is 12 to hit, and if you'll let me, she can make a Constitution saving throw.
You have the key points for it, right?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is that going to keep her in place?
If she's stunned, then
She's
yes.
stunned. Okay, I won't move her yet then.
I don't think she's going to be stunned. 23. Yeah. So you kind of strike her as she goes by. The kick hits her almost in the knee, but at the last moment, she's able to like check the kick by pulling her leg back, and then springs over you. She lands right over top Eleanor. Eleanor, you might even see this like right as you go down. She pulls up a leg, and you see this feral snarl as she attacks the monk that just hit you. She's going to take all 4 of her attacks.
I was ready to die.
I do not understand what's happening.
A double.
That is going to be a 25
Double agent, maybe?
plus a 19. Those are both going to hit. Okay, so that's going to be 1 miss. That's still pretty brutal.
This could be.
So that's going to be. That's 11.
So
That is
baffled
11.
right now.
28. 32, and then she is going to channel Harming Hands, and you watch as wounds open up across her body, and at the same time, this individual, the skin melts, and they drop to the ground dead.
Oh my god.
As they pump something like 50 points of damage into that.
Ouch.
And really, they almost melt. You see, like, bones begin to emerge as, like, they become emaciated, almost like a dehydrated fruit.
When you look at the Ark of the Covenant.
Yeah, very similar. Yeah, it's a brutal strike. And you can see this is, like, dark, necrotic energy that suffuses out. But that one is down for sure. That brings us to Brenna.
One more. Oh,
They're stunned.
they're panache.
Panache, sorry.
So am I still stunned?
No.
No.
All right. But my dwarf friend is stunned, right?
Yes, your dwarf friend is stunned.
All right. I'm gonna try to tackle Dalmor. My goal is to like hold him down.
Okay.
I want to hurt him. I just want to like keep trying to like get to him.
Sure, make a
So-
competing athletics check against him. You can make it at advantage as he is stunned.
And I'm raging anyway. It's a
yeah.
strength check, so.
Did you take an attack or attack somebody? Oh no, you have enduring rage. It doesn't matter. You can just hold it. Yeah, there you go. You're fine.
Persistent rage.
And he's
Okay, athletics. 28.
28, just for funsies.
he's stunned, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no way. With a 28, with a stunned individual, you wrap your arms around the axe, almost like tugging towards him in your hand, and you hear, Brenna, get him, Brenna! But you hold him tight for the moment. He is certainly grappled. He is everything.
Okay, and then,
Here, put another one on. It's like a ring toss game.
so now that I've got him pinned down, I'm gonna look up at this strange elf monk lady.
Yeah.
I don't know who she is, but she definitely healed Oakfeld, so maybe I can trust her. I'm gonna look up at her and be like, how do I help him? Point to the dwarf, and that's my
Okay.
turn.
Excellent. No problem. That is your turn. That brings us to Oakfeld, then Aira.
In Oakfeld's mind, he sees the white magnolia.
Okay.
But he sees like the leaves falling from it. I mean, petals falling from it.
Yeah.
And at the last moment, he, in his mind, he like reaches out and like catches one of the petals before it falls and like holds it on the flower. And he casts Healing Word at 3rd level to white magnolia.
Okay. Eleanor, in this darkness, there is a moment where you hear, you almost swear, as the sound fades away, this long, slow, almost menacing stretch of a concertina. And then, all of a sudden, in the darkness, you see this one mode of light, and as it floats down, it is a flower. And even in this space, in your mind, you just think Oakfeld. And then suddenly, you open your eyes, and you see across the room, Oakfeld. We're back.
Is it I roll or she rolls?
For healing, you roll.
Okay. 3 plus 3 plus 4.
All right.
So 10 plus 3, so 13.
13. So you take 13 points of health back. You kind of breathe life back in, and there is chaos around you. Anything else, Oakfeld?
Yeah, if I attack someone panache, does that break the panache?
It does, but all it does is give them disadvantage. So.
Yeah.
Then I'm not going to attack him. I'm going to attack the one that this person, the elf, is attacking.
Okay.
That's the one that just healed you.
Yeah.
So
This one healed me?
Brenna's
No.
That's the
currently
one that's grappled. and
I'm like holding him down.
Oh, yeah,
and,
good thing. Yeah,
Brenna
yeah.
said not.
and I'm looking up at the person and being like, don't hurt him, how do I help him? So, take from that what
Yeah,
you will.
Yeah,
you can attack them.
He's grappled, so.
Yeah.
And that's the one who also just.
yeah, I'll attack the panache one.
Okay, there you go.
That is an 18 plus 10, 28.
28, okay. That hits.
That is a 10? Yeah. Okay. Plus 6. Oh, no, just, yeah, it's 14.
14, okay.
And then my second attack, that is 21.
21, that hits.
That is 13
13, all right.
plus 17.
So 17 total.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. No problem. You kind of step forward and you see this person gazing towards Eleanor, kind of intent to strike. You step forward and hit twice, sort of hitting with your spear.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Hit him again and again, both in the back and the back of the leg, sort of first forcing them to turn. Anything else, Oakfeld?
That is it.
Okay, that brings us to Aira. So, Brenna. Mm-hmm. What was it that you said? You said...
I said...
How do I help him?
How do I help him? Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
No problem. So you watch as Aira takes a moment and looks at you, and as you look at her, the eyes, almost alien. They are like liquid silver, floating in the pure white of these eyes. And for a moment, it's almost unnerving. You feel like a child. There is something old to these eyes beyond anything that you've seen. Even the choir gome, hundreds of years sit behind them. But in a moment, she steps forward, already past you. You hold on to this dwarf. She leans down, and she is going to pump. All she has to pump is 10 points of healing to end this effect. And you watch.
All right.
She this is a high level monk. You watch as she steps forwards, sort of examining him for just a moment before tilting the chin back and just striking him right in the neck. And as she does, you watch as the hand almost disappears into the throat, not piercing the skin. And she yanks out what looks like this pit of rotting, disgusting, almost like mold. And as she pulls it out and the mold falls away, it is just this massive grub. And she crushes it. And as she does, all of this kind of rotten material across to her friend just turns to ash. Unconscious, but currently doesn't seem to be affected by the same thing.
Is the battle camera not working?
Whoops, sorry, I put it on. I've been switching back and forth, so it hasn't been like that forever. A little close up there for you to be able to see.
There's a lot happening.
Yeah, a lot of stuff going on. So that is going to be their action, and then they are going to take patient defense, and that will be their turn. That is Aira's turn. That brings us to Shay.
Where is Aira looking at this point?
At the moment, down at this elf that this dwarf that she just kind of helped.
Okay. Shouldn't settle anywhere else in the room.
No, and for what it's worth, considering everything that you know to have gone on, she has her back to Highland.
Alright. There's still another monk up though, right?
Yes.
Cool, he's getting that.
There you go. You dart over, sort of around Aira.
That's 25.
25, that hits.
For 8.
8, all right.
24.
24, that hits.
For 12.
12.
For 28.
28 hits again.
For 12.
Okay.
That's a 14.
14 damage
No, 14
to hit. Wow, I didn't even know you could roll that low. The 14 is a miss.
That's alright, I'll make up for it. 22.
22 hits.
That is 10.
And Shay, as you strike this individual again and again, the last remaining of the Ninth Path monks, tell us how it happens.
Shay's just kind of pent up at this point, so I'm just taking his head and going to the floor with it.
No problem. For those of you who kind of turn to watch, suddenly scanning for any kind of threat, you see monks, you see one of the dwarves bleeding out on the ground, you see another one who seems to have been healed, but Shay takes the last monk's head, lifts it from the concrete, and you can see as the arms go up, you bring the face down, they go to block it, you take the front of the head and just slam the back into the ground. You feel something give way, but you just slide the body across the ground, and you are all there. You go. So it goes pretty far. But for all of you in this moment, you are out of initiative, and all that you can hear beyond is the winds of this portal that now lie open in front of you. And in this moment, you can hear thunder rolling across the sky. And Shay, for you in particular, for the very first time in months, and in more than 2.5 years of real life time, you see Aira, who is essentially your mother figure. In the time since you've seen her, you've lost your home, you've lost members of your family, you've lost members of your adventuring group. But because it's 9:30, and a great place to stop, this is where we're going to end for the week.
Thought we're gonna die.
You have all fought valiantly across a number of different terrains, and as you reach this point, standing on the edge of the end of the world, you all will level up on your next long rest. For what it is worth, standing at this place with the forge key and the soul jar now crossed into Calypsos, there is really only one path forward. But thank you for hanging out with us for tonight. We will be back next week. I think almost everybody's back, or everybody's back next week. Fantastic. If you can't wait that long, Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we'll be playing Mosaic Team 5, our Starfinder campaign, where our group is supposed to be on vacation, but they're fighting the mob instead. So that is what is happening. Unless you escape. It's going to be rough. There's child locks. So from all of us here, it is dangerous out there. Please, please, please stay safe. And we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.